How about a round of applause for the Ware Shows High School Band? Please stand for the entry of the ceremony officials, escorted by School Superintendent Dr. Faye Sprouse and the School District 51 Board of Trustees. Please remain standing for the presentation of the colors, our national anthem, our state song, and the posting of the colors. Present the colors. The colors are presented by the Emerald High School Air Force Junior ROTC Color Guard. Lieutenant Colonel Bernard Taylor, United States Air Force retired, commanding. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem will be sung by students from the Ware Shows Middle and Elementary School under the direction of Mrs. Ashley Dodgens. We now honor the state of South Carolina as Mrs. Ashley Dodgens sings our state song, Carolina, accompanied by Dr. Sprouse.
Call on thy children of the hill, wake swamp and river, coast and rill, rouse all thy strength and all thy skill. Carolina, Carolina, hold up the glories of the dead, say how thy elder children bled, and point to Utah's battle bed. Carolina, Carolina, thy skirts indeed the foe may part, thy robe be pierced with sword and dart, they shall not touch thy noble heart. Carolina, Carolina, throw thy bold banner to the breeze, front with thy reign threatening seas, like thine own proud armory of trees. Carolina, Carolina, girt with such wills to do and bear, assured in right and mailed in prayer, thou wilt not bow thee to despair. Carolina, Carolina.
Post the colors. Please be seated. Mr. Roy Landreth, Vice Chairman of the Board of Trustees, will now offer the official greetings and introduce our special guests.
Good morning. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Ware Shoals School District, I want to welcome you to this historic dedication service on the 88th anniversary of the original dedication service of this building. This school has been an educational leader for almost a century, and today we are celebrating our history while looking forward to continuing our tradition of excellence by learning, serving, and leading. Throughout our history, we have relied on our elected leaders who advocate on our behalf. With us today are several current leaders I'd like to thank and recognize. Senator Floyd Nicholson, Representative Mike Pitts, Representative Shannon Riley, Abbeville County Council Chairman Claude Thomas, who I'm not sure is here. Okay. Are there other elected officials here today? If so, please stand and let us recognize you. Please welcome all of these people here today. In the 88 years that this school has existed, we have had only 6 superintendents. Most of the credit for this school building may be attributed to Mr. Marion Boyd Camack, who was superintendent for 31 years, from 1924 to 1955. Today, we welcome the family members of Mr. Camack. Would those in attendance please stand? Please join me in welcoming one of our past superintendents, Dr. Ray Wilson, and one of our past principals, Mr. Charlie Mayfield. Alumni of Ware Shoals High School share many memories of their alma mater, and we want to welcome those of you who are able to be with us today. Please stand so that we may welcome you back to Ware Shoals High School. We welcome those of you from the Greenwood Historical Society and from our surrounding communities. Again, thank you for being here with us, and thank you for your support of the Ware Shoals School District.
Thank you. Mr. Eldred Chip Tinsley, Director of the Alternative School and President of the Greenwood County Historical Society, will now share with us the historic importance of today's ceremony. Chip?
Thank you, Mayor Rush. Still call you Mayor. To the Board of Trustees, Dr. Sprouse, Senator Nicholson, staff, students, and honored guests, on behalf of the Greenwood County Historical Society, as president, I am honored to be a part of this special event today. Thank you for the opportunity to be included on this occasion, the placement of a South Carolina State historical marker on the Ware Shoals campus. This institution, which has been educating students for 88 years today and continues to do so, is a prime example of historic preservation. One of our primary missions at the Historical Society is to promote historical preservation in Greenwood County and to represent historic preservation in our state. Authorized in 1905, there are over 11 sites in Greenwood County with historic markers and over 1,500 in South Carolina, each one telling a story of a place, a person, or an event of importance. McCormick County was the location of the first marker in South Carolina at the site of the Long Cane Massacre in Troy, in which my Calhoun family was attacked by the Cherokee. The South Carolina Department of Archives and History now oversee the program and is responsible for the approval of inscription of all historical markers and monuments erected on state highways and state property, which mark and interpret places of important events or at historic properties because of their association with individuals of significance in our history. History and in relation people, places, and events or make us what and who we are. This marker tells the story of this school and in relation this town, which is your school and your town. And now it will forever have a place and a story written in prominence and on the front lawn of this school for all to see. But students, remember, you are writing another chapter in this history. You are writing the future, one yet to be told. You, in essence, are continuing to write history. Write this history and continue to do so with respect, honor, and pride in what you now represent, such as those before you have done so. We again thank you for this opportunity and privilege to be here today and to represent Greenwood County and South Carolina. Thank you.
Thank you. I ask that the Honorable John Hanson, Mayor of Ware Shoals, come forward, please, to read us a letter from the governor of our state.
Thank you, Mayor Rush. And yes, you still call him Mayor. Welcome today. It's a very historic day, so I want to welcome you all here to Ware Shoals High School. The letter that we received comes from the state of South Carolina from the office of the governor. Dear friends, on behalf of the people of South Carolina, welcome to the Ware Shoals High School Complex Historical Marker Dedication Ceremony. Coinciding with the 88th anniversary of the original dedication of the Ware Shoals High School building, today's ceremony celebrates the historic significance of the structure as well as the important place the school has held in the community throughout the years. South Carolina is blessed with a rich history, and this marker helps call attention to the Ware Shoals High School story and the evolution of education in the Palmetto State. Many people have worked hard to mark this historic site, and I would like to thank all who have had a hand in making today's event possible. Governor Haley and her husband Michael are pleased to recognize the Ware Shoals High School team, past and present, for its commitment to preparing students to become the future leaders of our state and nation. We hope you enjoy a wonderful ceremony and continued success in the years to come. God bless. My very best, Governor Haley.
Thank you. Mr. Paul Anderson, principal of Ware Shoals High School, will now introduce our special guest speaker.
Good morning. It's my privilege to introduce the Honorable Floyd Nicholson, and if I refer to him as Coach Nick, that tells you how old we both are, I guess. Senator Nicholson is a retired educator, longtime Greenwood District 50. He is a 1972 graduate of South Carolina State University, married to the lovely Miss Mamie, and the father of 3 sons, Anthony, Antonio, and Michael. I had the privilege of coaching Anthony and Antonio at Greenwood High School. He has been the chairman of the Upper Savannah Council of Governments. He received an honorary Doctor of Humanities from Lander University in 1997. He has served on the Greenwood City Council from 1982 to 1993. He is also the former mayor of Greenwood from 1994 to 2008 and has been serving District 10, which is Abbeville, Greenwood, McCormick, and Saluda counties since 2009. Welcome, Senator Nicholson.
Good morning. First, I would just like to say it is indeed an honor and a pleasure for me to be present this morning for this great occasion as we dedicate this illustrious school building here that was constructed in 1926. You know, first of all, I say it's well constructed. When you think about a building being 88 years old, I know there are some problems, but this building is well constructed. And also, I just want to thank our forefathers for their vision, for their seeing the need of having a building for education of our young people. Because as we all know, education is the key to the future. So in 1926, our forefathers saw the need of educating our young people so that they could go on and be successful in life. And that's what this building has provided. There have been many people who've come through these halls who graduated and gone on to be successful in all aspects of life. You know, and it's not just the building also I want to emphasize. It's the dedicated staff members, teachers, support staff, everyone that was part of this building during those 88 years to make sure our young people received the best possible education and could go out into life and be very successful. I know we have several here today who've graced these halls, and they are thankful and they are appreciative of having this building and having the staff here to prepare them for life. And the same thing is happening today with Faith Sprouse and her dedicated staff. They're continuing to provide the best possible education. Just about every year, you can look to receive some type of award that one of the Ware Shoals schools has received. It's because of the dedicated staff. It's because of this building. We think about it. You know, many times we think about, replacing buildings, but it's not just the building. It's the contents that happens in the building. So we have this special dedication here to remember forever the Ware Shoals School building and the stadium that was erected years ago. But we must continue to also be visionaries. We have to make sure that we continue to do the things to make sure our young people go and be successful. You know, so we have to pass that legacy on. We have to do everything we can. And it's not just the building, and it's not just the staff here. It's the entire community. There's something that everyone in the community can do to make sure that the young people come through these doors are receiving the best possible education. We as parents, we have to be the support staff of our young people. We have to encourage them to go and do their very best at all times. You know, it's just not up to the staff and the teachers, it's up to us as parents, as being support for our young people. giving them encouragement and letting them know that they can accomplish anything they want in life as long as they work hard and is willing to wait and persevere. It takes time. And this is what we are celebrating here this morning, the 88 years that this building has persevered, people coming in and out, getting the best possible education, going and being successful in life, in the professional aspects, in all phases, because you can identify some individuals who came through this building who are in all professional aspects. Athletics. I think there was a young man, was it Jerry Butler, years ago? Football, I think it went on and did success. So it's individuals in all aspects of life that have originated right here in West Shoals, South Carolina, the rich history, and we want to commend the Regal family, for having the vision to say, hey, we got to build a school here to educate the people so that they can go out and be successful in life. So that's what this is about. We want to make sure that our future generations know about West Shoals High School, the impact that it has had not only here in West Shoals, not only in South Carolina, not only in America, but throughout the entire world, because there have been individuals who've been through these halls that have aspired to all parts of the world and had an impact. And it comes right back to the foundation they received right here in this building at the West Shoals High School, the Mighty Hornets. So we want to congratulate and we want to forever remember this building and the impact that it has had in our nation in providing quality education to people in this community. And it has continued to do this, and it's my wish that it will continue to do it in the future, and we are so honored to have this building right here. And again, we thank you, and we know it's going to continue to be the mainstream of this community in preparing people to go out and be the very best in the future. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Thank you, Senator. We appreciate your sharing the day with us. As you've already heard, it is obvious that we're here today because of the vision of those who came before us. In 1926, the dedication ceremony included railroad magnates, clergy, and educators. Mr. Benjamin DeWitt Regal of the Ware Shows Manufacturing Company was the Ware Shows Chief Executive Officer, or CEO, even before the term CEO had even been coined. Also in attendance on the 30th of September in 1926 was Marion Boyd Camac, known as Fesser to most because of his roles as educator, visionary, and CEO of the Ware Shows School. In quiet times, Fesser would pen rhymes, as he called them, to honor him and all the visionaries who have made today's recognition possible, to recognize the teachers, staff members, maintenance workers, principals, superintendents, trustees, and students who contributed to this milestone in our history. I asked Fesser's grandson, Thomas M. Camac Jr., to come forward and share one of Fesser's rhymes he entitled The Pilot. Tom?
This is the reading language arts portion of the program. I'm not sure what Common Core standard that is, all you students out there, but there may be an extended response your teachers require you to write to this. So that's your cue to try to figure out what this poem is about. Basically, it's a poem to teachers about you guys, all you students of Ware Shoals. It lived then and it lives now. I'm choosing to read from my mother copied one, but I'm choosing to read from my dad's copy. I know his hand was upon this, and I know my grandfather's hand was upon this, and his hand was definitely all over this school, as many other of your grandfathers and parents probably had their hands somewhere in this school. It lives. Education lives through this building. And so this is entitled The Pilot. It's an extended metaphor. I'm pilot on the river life at the point called Shoals of Youth, where lurking dangers cast their spray across the channel, truth. And treasure ships are ships I guide through shoals where lurking dangers hide. Then I must know each treacherous bar, each whirlpool, and each hidden stone, that I, the rudder of my charge, may hold within the safety zone. For frail ships are ships of youth that come to ply through channel truth. Then I must keep a mind that's clear, and a hand that's strong, and an eye that's keen, and a heart that's bold to bear me through, a soul that's vigilant and clean. For ships I ply, though light and frail, are ridden by the master's sail. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. At this time, I'd like everyone to stand for a moment of silence in memory of all who have made today's celebration possible, but who are not here to share in this recognition with us today. A moment of silence, please. Thank you, and please be seated. Dr. Sprouse, it's your turn.
In just a moment, we will unveil the South Carolina historical marker honoring the Ware Shoals school system, and in particular, this 1926 building and complex. The marker will soon grace an area in front of our school near the flagpole. The marker reads as follows: This school, built in 1926 as Ware Shoals School, was a grammar and high school until 1991 and has been a high school since. A 1951 grammar school on the campus has been a middle school since 1991. The first school in the town opened in 1905. After Ware Shoals Manufacturing Company opened its textile mill in 1906, it sponsored the school. Marion B. Kamak, 1888 to 1962, came to Ware Shoals in 1924 and was school superintendent until he retired in 1955. This school, designed by J.E. Serene and Company of Greenville, was built at a cost of $160,000. It was dedicated in 1926 by Governor Thomas G. McLeod and State Superintendent James H. Hope, and had 23 teachers and 750 students when it opened. Regal Stadium, built in 1935 with federal funds from the Emergency Relief Administration, has hosted many high school, college, and other baseball and football games. Senator Nicholson, student body co-presidents Hannah Butler and Amanda Hodges, will you please join me at the marker for the unveiling?
Thank you. Now that the marker has been officially unveiled, I ask you to rise as we honor our school by singing all verses of our alma mater. The words are printed on the back of your program. I ask that after we sing the alma mater that you remain standing for the retiring of the colors. Our alma mater, please, Mrs. Hodge and the Ware Shows High School Band. Rising in the golden sunshine, where salute our foes, stands the grandest alma mater anybody knows. Sing her praises, never ceasing, school that we adore. Where shows high we pledge your honor, now forevermore. Fondly to our alma mater, voices lifted high, till the hills around re-echo, ringing to the sky. Sing her praises, never ceasing, school that we adore. Where shows high we pledge your honor, now forevermore. Round her halls and on her campus, memories fondly rise. Though we leave, we sing her praises, all that never dies. Sing her praises, never ceasing, school that we adore. Where shows high we pledge your honor, now forevermore. Please remain standing for the retiring of the colors. Retire the colors. Please be seated. Closing remarks.
It is vital that as we move forward, we do not forget our past. The South Carolina Historical Marker provides awareness of our fascinating history. Many will view the marker and read the text while recalling fond memories of time spent here. All who read the marker will realize what great things can happen when visionaries come together to fulfill dreams. Today, we salute those people for investing in something greater than themselves. In the ceremony, back in 1926, Mr. Benjamin Regal, president of the mill, said this. Listen carefully. "There is something far greater than the mill itself. It is the children of today, of tomorrow, and of the years to come, because in the proper training of them rests the security of the community." Our dedication to this great school and our belief in you, the children, the students that we serve, will carry us forward as we continue to be the educational leader and the heartbeat of this community. I want to thank all who participated in the program today and who helped to plan the program. Mayor Rush, we appreciate all that you've done. I want to thank all of you for attending our ceremony. Also, we're going to have a reception for our guests and program participants in the library after our ceremony here. I want to thank Mrs. Batson and her students for preparing the reception. Also, I want to thank Lily's Flowers for donating the beautiful arrangement and the Greenwood Community Library for providing the arrangement for the reception. Mark your calendars now, because I hope to see every one of you back here September 30th, 2026, when we're going to celebrate our 100th birthday. Thank you all. Thank you, children, for singing beautifully. Thank you, band, for playing beautifully. And this concludes our ceremony.
We're going to play as y'all leave.
All right, we need to leave first. I forgot to tell them that we leave first.
Hold on. If you'll hold on just a moment, please, I would ask that you rise for the departure of the official party and our guests for the reception. Please stand. What? Oh, I will. Students, please be seated.